It's the fucking best.
Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today we will be discussing teenage girl killed in shooting at Phoenix Strip Mall, 8 others injured. Right. Now you do see on the screen, I don't know if you can see in here, bam, they call it a mass shooting. Everything's not a mass shooting. It's just not. But we'll be digging deeper into this subject when we return from these brief messages on this episode of Keep It P podcast, Hold the Mayo edition.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020, as a community, Asian Americans experienced only 287 hate crimes nationwide. However, FBA in the same year suffered 2,871 reported hate crimes. As we know, those are just the reported accounts according to the F.B.I. As foundational Black Americans, we know that the number should reach in the billions daily. This resulted in a 94-1 unanimous decision to pass into law an anti-Asian hate crime provision to make Asian a protected class. With anti-Black racism being thousands of times more prevalent and permeating within the fabric of America, we ask that you sign this petition to say we are sick of studies and commissions to study forums and meaningless holidays and nothing burger symbolic gestures. We demand the U.S. government to urgently disperse the first initial reparations cash payment of $20 trillion to the surviving descendants of American chattel slavery. AKA, cut the damn check. And I mean that. Jack. On my ancestors for real for real. I proudly digress. Anyway, check out the new Slave Patrol documentary. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon. I got 4 words for you. Go grab a shirt. And love, peace, blessings and Meloa. Be one.
Music TV.
This is the Keep It P podcast, where we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or cannot be keeping it P. And I am your host, TZ Von Savage. I'm not going to go into my whole spiel because I gave you one. I let Kendra give you one. We're just going to get into the article. A teenage girl died and 8 others were injured after shooting at a strip mall near 10th Avenue in Hatcher overnight, according to the Phoenix police. About 100 people had reportedly gathered for some kind of party. We don't know what kind of party it is. We don't really know nothing. We're going to say it was a party. People were gathered, playing music, presumably, and we're going to say it was a party. Police say a fight broke out. Oh, but you know that. in between multiple groups. You know that. Just after 1 a.m. on June 4th. Well, you seem to know that. It escalated into a series of shootings inside the building, in the parking lot, and on the street. Doesn't sound like a mass shooting to me, but anyways, many rounds were shot into the crowd of people as they fled the area. Like a drive-by shooting. So now are we calling drive-bys mass shootings now? I just want to know. That's all. I'm just curious. The unidentified 14-year-old teenager died from her injuries at the hospital. 2 women are in life-threatening condition. 5 men and a teenage boy were also shot, but are expected to be okay. The shooter has not been caught, and no suspect description was given out. You said a gang. How do you have one shooter? The shooter has not been caught. You said it was multiple. A fight broke out between multiple groups. It escalated into a series of shootings inside the building, in the parking lot, and on the street. Are you telling me that was all one shooter? So this was all one shooter, you're saying? Because you said the shooter has not been caught and not narrow suspect description was given out. Man, y'all just be making up news. This can't be happening. Excuse me, I was close by, I heard it. It's sad, but youth, wake up, guys, said Teresa Wan, a Phoenix resident. I seen the kids run and asked me to hide where it was at, and it was like, it's real. I told them the police were there and it's okay to come out. They were young girls. What young girls is out at a party, you think party at 1 a.m. in a strip mall? That sounds like a club, maybe. So, what kind of nightclub after 1 a.m. are 14-year-olds allowed in? I don't know. What is there no curfew? Do you not have curfew at 14-year-old? You don't know? Okay. Police said there were no signs of a break-in or trespassing when somebody pulled out a handgun and started shooting. What are you guys talking about? Signs of break-in at the mall? At the strip mall where you said there was a party apparently? And trespassing? You said there was a party of over 100 people. What are you guys talking about? Somebody showed up. There was an altercation that escalated into a shooting, Williams said. What? What? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What in the how'd you get there? I I don't even know how you got there. I see Teresa. Wh- who's Williams? Team boom boom. Where where's this who's Williams? Police said unidentified. It was close by. We have a Teresa. Somebody showed up. There was an altercation that escalated into a shooting, Williams said. Who's Williams? Who is Williams? You're just gonna blurt out Williams. Well, we asked Williams, and Williams said, "This is y'all's news. This is your lamestream media telling you what to think." Shout out J Lava, not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. Hello, McFlizzo. I'm pointing out numerous ways how this doesn't make sense. Christy Nay, okay, we got a Christy, says her mom sleeps in a tent right near the shooting and heard the whole thing. Am I in the Twilight Zone? Her mom sleeps in a tent next to the. So she just nonchalantly, Christy Nay says her mom sleep. How'd you get a hold of Christy Nay? Was Christy Nay at the party and she was chilling with her mom next door in the tent, and then she went like, I'm going to the party, mom. But this is crazy. Christy Nay says her mom sleeps in a tent right near the shooting and heard the whole thing. You never know where these bullets are going to come down and who they're going to hit. If there's any children out there or your pets or anything, this is scary. This can't be happening, Nay said, adding that it's the third party she's seen at the building, with others bringing in people who don't live in the area. At the strip mall? Hold on, we're at a strip. What are you talking about? Adding that it's the third party she's seen at the building, with others bringing in people who don't live in the what are you talking? When you have a party, anybody who you invited, it don't matter where they live at. What are you guys talking about? This whole thing is made up. I'm telling you, this is made up. This whole thing is made up. I ain't saying there wasn't nobody who got shot, but it didn't happen like this. There's fish sticks everywhere. This is made up. This is made up. You can't be. You got Christy May's mom who sleeps in a tent. How'd you get a hold of Christy May? We got Williams. We don't know who Williams is. They just came out of nowhere, said somebody showed up and started blopping. Got into an altercation, started blopping. I'm completely flabbergasted by this article. But this is your lamestream media. This is who you're getting your news from. This is who you're listening to. If you ain't signed up to us and getting your news from us, you're tripping. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is sad and it's crazy. There's a bunch of strangers that aren't from our community and they're bringing problems. We have enough problems here on our own, Nay said. In the tent? So does your mom have a house nearby and then she decides to sleep in the tent in her backyard? I don't. And then how'd you see all the parties? That's why I'm like, was Christy Nay at the party because your mom sleeps in a tent next door to the building and you've been to 2 or 3 parties at this building where you think that other people shouldn't come outside of the community? You think restaurants stay alive just based on the community and then that's it? You think the grocery stores and all that stay open just from that specific community? So you don't think no people pass through? You don't think? No? What about the workers who work there who don't live in the community? No? What are you talking about? Anybody who don't live here, don't come shop in our community. Do not shop in our community. Our community is only for our community. Do not come shop here. What are you talking about? This whole article was garbage. I'm telling you that. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. This is a distraction. Crime happens every day, P. And they're trying to make this a mass shooting because they want black people to be the face of mass shooting so that you can make and legislate laws directed at black people like the Asian crime bill 94-1. That's what you have to look forward to. More laws at you, black people. Directed at you. Stop and frisk, third strikes, super predator. Those are all towards you, black people. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you, because I done told you about being on code there, Jack. You need to make sure you're on code there, boy. See, that's your problem right there. Love, peace, blessings, and aloha, y'all. Love y'all. Have a good one. Take these commercials. Take that.
There ain't no need to answer the phone, 'cause I got you where I need you, baby.